The documentary Tinghir Jerusalem has made waves around the world, and JN1 caught up with the filmmaker to find out more about how his documentary came about. In his award-winning documentary Tinghir Jerusalem, Kamal Hashkar returns to his hometown of Tinghir in the south, due in part to the stories of his grandfather about the Berber community that included Jews. In the 1960s, Amazighi Jews, also known as Berber Jews, left the Atlas Mountains after 2,000 years of shared history. Over a 4-year period, Kamal researched and shot his documentary in France, Morocco, and Israel, and his film remains both incredibly popular as well as at times highly controversial.
Donc le film a été présenté en Israël aussi.
The film was shown in Israel, Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, Sderot, and in many Moroccan cities, in Oujda and Fez, for example. So now, the movie Hamdullah was well received without exception at the festivals. And so the next thing is that it's going to be released in France. There will be a national release in France on October 9th at Lucernaire in Paris. And I stand by, defend, and am proud of what I did. It's a taboo story, and therefore we absolutely had to talk about these Berber Jews who lived in the Atlas villages and had relationships. It is also a hymn to coexistence, when Jews and Muslims all shared a common territory and a common language, and as we saw in the film, they have forgotten nothing of their Morocco, Tangier, their Berberness, their Moroccan, or their Arab selves.
Kamal's groundbreaking film made history when it was shown on Moroccan primetime television, where there has long been a ban on showing Israeli films. Kamal's documentary has received controversy because of its Israeli characters who speak about their intimate lives and memories of Morocco in the Amazighi language and Moroccan dialect. Despite the calls to boycott his film, Kamal has found that the reaction to his documentary from international and Moroccan audiences has been overwhelmingly positive.
90% of the responses were messages of support and pride, and people who were proud to discover a part of this history. I've received thousands of messages of support.
Born in Tinghir, situated in the high Atlas Mountains between Ouarzazate and Irashidia, Kamal left Morocco for France as a baby. He describes his upbringing abroad as making him sensitive to exiled people and to the feelings of being uprooted.
The
first time I heard that there were Jews in Morocco was thanks to my grandfather. God rest his soul and God bless him. And what touched me deeply and upsets me was trying to understand how people who were there for over 3,000 years have left their homes, their land, their friends, and their children. And in the end it made me think, what is our place in life, in society, in a country? What is place? What's your place? Because I also left Morocco at the age of 6 months, I am also to some extent in exile. The only difference is that I have a house.
Kamal's documentary has been censored by some in the Islamicist party, but Kamal defends his film and his interviews.
Afterwards, there was a small minority that shouted a lot, Islamists and Pan-Arabists, who accused me of supporting the status quo, that it was a Zionist film. Well, most of them will not have seen the film. But what I want to say is that we cannot deny 3,000 years of Jewish history in Morocco. We cannot deny Article 2 of the Constitution, or Article 1, which recognizes the Jewish identity as a resident party. And I think we have to know the difference between peoples and governments. And we should not be more Palestinian than the Palestinians. The Palestinians themselves are working and collaborating with Israelis every day. So why do I not have the right to go there and film a part of our history, when we know that there are 800,000 Moroccan Jews in Israel?
Kamal is working on his next documentary and hopes to make it an international co-production. For JN1, this is Michelle Medina reporting from Casablanca.